Greetings travelers, and welcome to another Tempo Storm Wild Meta video, where we highlight decks and strategies you can use to become legendary on the Hearthstone Wild ladder. Mage is one of the strongest classes in Wild, and a large part of its current success is the power of the original Mage quest, Open the Waygate. The quest's reward, Time Warp, lets you take an extra turn, and it's the only effect in Hearthstone that does so without any drawbacks. For a long time since the quest released in Journey to Un'Goro, Quest Mage decks were relegated to meme status, since the requirements to complete the quest were difficult to achieve, but after Rise of Shadows, everything changed. Thanks to new cards in the Year of the Dragon like Mana Cyclone, Magic Trick, and the latest card from Galakrond's Awakening, Licensed Adventurer, the quest is easier to complete than ever. In this video, we're showcasing the two best Quest Mage decks in Wild, Reno Quest Mage and Tempo Quest Mage, and taking a closer look at what makes them tick. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our Tempo Storm Hearthstone YouTube channel to keep up to date with our Hearthstone content. Now let's begin. Let's start by taking a deep dive into Reno Quest Mage. Reno Mage is a Highlander deck, meaning it plays no duplicate cards in order to enable the powerful battle cries of Reno Jackson, Reno the Relicologist, Kazakis, and Zephyrs the Great. These battle cries are so powerful that they're well worth building around, and playing only single copies of cards often creates a dynamic gameplay style where the player has to chain together synergies in order to make powerful plays. Reno Mage has traditionally been a control deck without the quest, but now that so many effective cards exist to enable Open the Waygate, Reno Mage added the quest to become a powerful yet flexible combo deck. Reno Quest Mage's primary win condition is to complete the quest, then play Time Warp and Archmage Varghulf in the same turn, allowing you to take 2 extra turns in a row. During the extra turns, you can usually assemble a kill with Mana Giant, Arcane Giant, Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, or Zephyrs the Great. Unlike other combo decks in Wild, like Mecha'thun Warlock, Reno Mage has other ways to win beyond the Time Warp into Varghulf combo. Reno Mage can also win by applying pressure with its minions and taking only 1 extra turn with Time Warp to finish them off, or against aggro decks in particular, it can play defensively, exhaust the opponent of resources, and play Reno Jackson to reset its life total and put the game out of the opponent's reach. Since all of your cards are singletons, and since your win condition can change from game to game, you need to be prepared to reevaluate your position against every opponent. In the first few turns of the game, your goals are to complete the quest and keep control of the board. The best cards to keep in the mulligan along with the quest are early plays like Questing Explorer, Licensed Adventurer, and Mad Scientist. Against aggressive classes like Warrior, Paladin, and Shaman, your priority is to stay alive, so also keep Doomsayer and Ray of Frost, as well as both Renos. Against defensive classes like Warlock, Druid, and Priest, you want to complete the quest as quickly as possible, so you can also keep Primordial Glyph, Banana Buffoon, Arcane Breath, Kazakis, and Zephyrs the Great. With so many powerful card combinations at its disposal, Reno Mage is well suited to face a variety of matchups. Reno Quest is capable of assembling an OTK before decks like Mecha'thun Warlock can complete their own combos, and against aggro decks like Pirate Warrior and even Shaman, you have plenty of tools to keep the board under control. On the other hand, decks that can play overwhelming threats very quickly, like Darkest Hour Warlock and Mech Paladin, can be difficult for Reno Mage to deal with. With that being said, most of Reno Mage's matchups against high-tier decks are close to even, so you have a fair chance to beat almost anything. If you're looking for a strong deck with engaging gameplay that always has a chance to win, Reno Mage is an excellent choice. Moving on from Reno Mage, Tempo Quest Mage is a different experience altogether. This version of Quest Mage is a critical mass combo deck that aims to draw cards and gather resources, then play a fury of spells all in the same turn. Sorcerer's Apprentice discounts your spells, making it easy to cast multiple cards in a turn, and many of those spells, like Primordial Glyph, Magic Trick, and Ray of Frost, generate additional spells to keep the chain going, allowing you to deal massive damage across the board with Flame Waker and play Elemental Evocation and Mana Cyclone to refill your hand. Once the quest is complete, you'll be able to cast Time Warp along with several giants and finish the opponent off. The key cards for Tempo Quest Mage are Sorcerer's Apprentice, Flame Waker, and Mana Cyclone, and the deck wants to play all of these cards on the same turn. To set this up, Quest Mage wants to stockpile cards throughout the early turns. Then, starting around turns 4 and 5, if you've drawn Apprentice, Flame Waker, and Cyclone, you can summon Apprentice and Flame Waker and play as many spells as possible, then reload with Cyclone. With the damage from Flame Waker, taunts from Mirror Image, freezes from Ray of Frost, and discounted Arcane and Mana Giants, you usually have more than enough resources to take over the board and shift the game in your favor. You'll often complete this quest around this time, but may not be able to play it on the same turn, so if the opponent is able to deal with your board, you can use Time Warp to retake the game and build an OTK with your giants. Put it all together, and Quest Mage is all about assembling combos, so you want to be able to buy time in the first couple couple of turns to set everything up. In the Mulligan, you'll start with the Quest, of course, but most other cards you'll want to send back in favor of Licensed Adventurer, Questing Explorer, and Ray of Frost, all of which help you establish early board presence for low cost. You can also keep Sorcerer's Apprentice, since it's your most important combo piece, but you don't want to play it until you're ready to play multiple spells alongside Flamewaker or Mana Cyclone. Unlike Reno Mage, Tempo Quest Mage's matchup spread is quite a bit more polarized. In slow matchups, Quest Mage usually has an overwhelming advantage, but against fast aggro, Quest Mage can struggle to stay alive. Even with all the random effects, Quest Mage requires a lot of pilot skill in order to navigate its poor matchups. Put it all together, and Quest Mage can be a challenging deck to use for general climbing. However, if your local ladder meta is infested with combo decks, you can rack up wins quickly. Even if you're running into poor matchups, Quest Mage has an exhilarating playstyle that can take spectacular turns, so picking it up is well worth the challenge. Altogether, Open the Waygate is one of the most powerful win conditions Wild has to offer. As time goes on and new cards are introduced, it will become easier and easier to complete the quest and set up a massive set of turns with Time Warp to end the game. Taking extra turns is powerful, and as it stands now, Mage is the only class that's able to do so in Hearthstone, so you'll want to keep both Quest Mage decks on your radar. Be sure to check out our Wild Meta Snapshot for more info about each of these decks, and as always, be sure to subscribe to the Tempo Storm Hearthstone YouTube channel to stay up to date with our Wild Hearthstone content. Thanks for watching.